Welcome back to the channel, YouTube. I'm going to try to bale us a little bit of third cutting today. Thought I'd show you all how to string one up. I use Sisal Twine 9000. What I've always been told runs best in these balers, so that's what I run. We'll leave our pocket knife out here. We'll go ahead and unload both twine balls and set them somewhere where they won't fly over. And we'll discard the remnants. I'm going to try my best to show you how I do things. This one's about out. I'm just going to go ahead and tie this off to the fresh one that I have in here, because I want to make sure that I have all boxes loaded up pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. And then cut this one that I had attached to the other one to feed into it. Use that for something later. Good twine, it just wouldn't have lasted long. Now I'm going to show you all something that not many people know, that this is the correct way. I'm sure if you square bale a lot, it is. Let me make sure that I've got the camera over here where you can see. So this is called a square knot. You basically loop it under like this, and then you loop it back under the other way and pull evenly on both strings until they both get so tight that you can't pull them apart. This is very similar to the knot that the square baler ties itself. Then take your knife, trim up the edges. As long as you don't trim up yourself. It's extremely hot here, sweaty, but we're getting her done. So there is you a square knot. Now how do you feed twine in to the other one? We're going to set this one right here in this box. And set this one right here. We're going to pull out the inside. Get rid of the knot that's already tied here. And you'll notice on the edge of new twine balls, there is one that sticks out on the side. The one that sticks out, you'll do just the normal square knot again. Remember, pull tight on both sides until they get tight. If you can pull them like that and they slip, it's not going to work. Trim up the edges and then just tuck in the rest somewhere in the twine box. Now, this is supposedly one of the hottest days of the year. Dad had the smart idea of stopping and getting us some umbrellas, so that was pretty cool. I had a big hole fall out there. I filled that hole in not too long ago, probably about a year, and it's fell out again, so. Turned out to be just a little damp, the deeper that we got. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop on the old 4000 and see if I can be stacking some up. Or at least get ready to. Uh-oh. Huh. I hate to tell the old boy that he's fixing to be fired out, I guess. Now the question is the grapple too much for this tractor? You bet. But the real question is, am I gonna use it until I can't use it no more? You better believe it. I go ahead and pass on some tips for you. If y'all got like a car shimmy that you dry cars off with, take you with some water out of your cooler, pretty cold, and put on this and wrap it around your neck, and I promise the day will go by so much better. Well, I went and accumulated some. There's your little garden update. Everything's about dried up. Got a few squash coming on yet. I picked a lot of the corn. You can still see some pretty big ears that was smaller when I picked it the last. Right here, I just went ahead and picked everything, put it all down. But the garden done pretty good this year. Had a hole fall out over there. I think I mentioned that already. Here's just a little tip with New Holland square balers. They don't really turn the best to the right. The U-joints want to start smacking, or the shield. So what I do is I always start, like, say, down on this end, and I'll go to 1, maybe 4 or 5 down, and then I'll just kind of be looping back around. So that way I'm always turning left and never really turning right unless I just absolutely have to. This is actually pretty nice stuff. I've really ever talked much about how this thing works. I think I maybe have, but I'll go through it again. There's a plunger that packs the hay in the chamber. You can see every time the plunger hits, that drawbar is moving, and that plunger is doing just like this. Earlier in the video, whenever you saw the forks coming in and feeding in and the plunger going opposite, that's the plunger. Alright, this is your knotter gear. Now your knotter strip is off this metering wheel here. This metering wheel, every stroke that the bale's getting, it turns it, and there's little teeth right in there that moves this thing up, and once it gets to the very bottom of that, it trips this cam on this knotter. When this cam is tripped on this knotter, the knotters engages. There's a set of needles right there. These needles shoot right up through the bale, and they touch that knotter, give that knotter twine, and that knotter automatically knots. Now this thing is perfectly timed that whenever those needles come up, it misses the plunger, which is very weird. It's very unique. They also have a little plunger brake down there. They can slow down the plunger too in case something bad does happen. Okay, since a pin shearing happened, I'm going to teach you all just a few little things that I do. Didn't really know all these whenever I first started, but I learned them. First thing you do is make sure that you loosen up all the tension. Second thing you do is replace your shear pin. Now sometimes this happens, sometimes it don't. If you remember earlier in the video I was talking about a needle break. Obviously the needle latch. Oh. Huh. I see, said the blind man. That's what sheared the pin. I was sitting here literally working and didn't even pay no mind to it. The pin holding the needle brake must have broke. So we're gonna have to go find us one of those, or at least a bolt to put in it. Heck yeah, man. The one time it pays to have junk in your toolbox. You know, sometimes I wonder if God ain't like, you know, this old boy, it's hot. Let's just give him a break. Let's let there be a nut. inside of the toolbox. I really don't even think this thing is really that plugged up. I think it's just that thing that broke. You know, while we're under the umbrella, I guess thinking about mentioning, you know, how God blesses you sometimes it's out of the blue. It kind of got me thinking about this platform and how that maybe I could be a light to a lot of people. You know, there's so many people in the world that they have no relationship with Christ. They could care less or anything like that. And I feel like it's my job as a Christian, no matter if I'm on YouTube or no matter if I'm in public, no matter if I'm at work, wherever, to spread and shine the message, shine the light. So many times I'm guilty of not doing that, but I want to take a time right now to praise the Lord for everything He's done for me. You better know where you're heading. You better know that you have a spot where you've accepted the Lord at some point in your life. No matter if you're from Australia, England, China, wherever. You just need to know Him. And I may lose some subscribers because I talk about Him. I don't really care. It's my life. It's my YouTube channel. I'll talk about what I want to, but I just wish people would give Him a try. Well, we almost got all the hay put up, or gone. Me and Dad's just picking up the last few that I didn't get accumulated earlier. He's got the truck. We're gonna get them picked up and left on the trailer.